Hello, students. Very good morning to one and all. Once again, I welcome you to this online English classes. Hope you people are attending the class regularly and learning something through this online platform. My dear students, in my previous videos, I have given broad outline about phonology and morphology, which are the elements of English language, and remaining two elements of language are there. In this video, I am going to finish one among them, that is syntax. Let us see what is syntax. In linguistics, study of a language, syntax refers to the rules that govern the ways in which words combine to form phrases, clauses, and sentences. The term syntax comes from the Greek, which means arrange together. The term is also used to mean the study of the syntactic properties of a language. In computer contexts, the term refers to the proper ordering of symbols and codes so that the computer can understand what instructions are telling it to do. So in syntax means it's a combination of words. That combination of words should give meaning. Syntax states the rules for using words, phrases, clauses, and punctuation, especially to form sentences. So syntax tells that we should follow complete rules and regulation while writing a sentence. Correct syntax examples include word choice, matching numbers, and tense. Remember these three things. Correct syntax must have choice of words, matching number, and tense. We should know what time, and placing words and phrases in the right order. First, we have to choose the words. After opting the words, we have to place those words into a correct and exact sentence. Syntax is the proper order of words in a phrase or sentence. Syntax is a tool used in writing proper grammatical sentences. Native speakers of a language learn correct syntax without realizing it, because they are all native speakers. They know everything because they know about the language. They have been listening the language from their childhood, so it will be very easy to the native speakers to know about exact syntax of a language. The complexity of a writer's or speaker's sentences creates a formal or informal level of diction that is presented to its audience. Example: the boy jumped happily. The boy happily jumped. Happily, the boy jumped. These sentences are the best example best example to understand syntax. These three sentences gives same meaning, but the arrangements are changed. By rearranging just one word in the sentence, a varied syntax is formed. Each is grammatically correct and acceptable English language form. A writer will vary sentence syntax to make writing more interesting or to emphasize a particular point. Words and phrases must follow English rules for correct arrangement and coherent sentences. So the sentences should be coherensive. It should be continued. The matter should be understood. Like that, we should arrange the sentences. Syntactic category. Syntactic category is a set of words or phrases in a language which share a significant number of common characteristics. Syntactic categories commonly include three things. One is parts of his speech. In parts of his speech, determiner, adjective, noun, pronoun, preposition, adverb, auxiliary verb. These things are there. Second one is phrase structure grammars. Phrase structure grammars. Noun phrase, adjective phrase, verb phrase, adverb phrase, preposition phrase, and so on. Third one is sentence as a core of the structure. Next one is syntax in writing examples. Syntax in writing examples. The most basic syntax follows a subject, verb, direct object formula. It is a common and everyone knows this pattern. For example, example for the subject, verb plus object. Jillian hit the ball. Here Jillian is subject, hit is verb, and direct object is ball. Syntax allows us to understand that we couldn't write hit Jillian the ball. If we rearrange the words in the sentence, it means it will give some wrong meaning. Hit Jillian the ball. It doesn't give complete meaning. So the real joy in syntax comes with the ability to compose sentences in a variety of different ways. We can rearrange adjectives and adverbs, insert phrases, and more. Let us take a look at syntax in writing examples. So my dear friends, so I have given one example for syntax. Like that, before also I have given some examples. In that you can see I have given some examples. With the help of these examples you can write some more examples. So syntax examples. One way to explore syntax is to know your classes, what are the matters you are going to do. There are independent and dependent classes. You know these things, dependent classes and independent classes. Let us see what is that. Once again we recall those things. An independent class is one that can stand alone and form a complete sentence. Independent class is a class which doesn't need anyone supports, any other sentence, any other phrase supports. A dependent class, however, cannot stand on its own. For example, hurrying to the door, she picked up her purse and ran. In this sentence, hurrying to the door is the dependent clause because this clause doesn't give complete meaning. It needs some helps. It needs some supportive clause. That is independent clause. The next step, she picked up her purse and ran is the independent clause. Let's take a look at these clauses becoming full sentences with the right syntax. So in simple sentences, remember our basic construct of simple sentences or sentence is subject plus verb plus direct object. These are called simple sentences. It is a nice way to start when you are just learning the English language. There is a subject, person or thing being discussed, verb, action or giver, and the direct object receiving the action of the verb. Here are some examples. I enjoy the college. Work pays the bill. Hurricanes are scary. The sky is pink. The dog loves her owner. You can see in these sentences the pattern is the subject, verb, and object. The syntax in these lines is fine. They are grammatically correct, but what if we could dazzle up our syntax a little? Let's say take a look at a more detailed construction. So try to construct more sentences with the help of this pattern. Then complex sentences. One of the best ways to improve our syntax is to move beyond the simple sentence. If you want to learn syntax more means you should come out from simple to complex. Then only you can learn more about syntax. So this brings us to complex sentences. These are sentences that contain a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is an additional bit of information. This means complex sentences come together by combining a dependent clause, which means incomplete sentence, subordinate clause, and an independent clause, which is complete thought. Try to understand complex sentences. It contains, this contains incomplete sentence, subordinate clause, which means dependent clause, and an independent clause, which gives complete thought. Let us expand the simple sentences about to create a new kind of sentence. Examples. Even though it is ridiculously expensive, I enjoy college. So here this first clause is dependent clause. I enjoy the college. It's a complete thought. It gives complete thoughts and independent clause. Work pays the bill whether you like it or not. Here whether you like it or not, it's a dependent clause. This clause can't stand alone. It needs help. In the south of Florida, hurricanes are scary. Here hurricanes are scary. It gives meaning, so it is a independent class. But in the south of Florida it doesn't give complete meaning, so it is a dependent class. So it needs help from independent class. With the mixture of this independent and dependent class, the sentence will give complete meaning. The sky is pink, especially in the romantic city of Paris. Ever since she Ever since she rescued her, the dog loves her owner. Here, the dog loves her owner is a main clause, independent clause, whereas ever since she rescued her is a dependent clause. So hope you got the point. If you want to know once again about this means, just once again go through to this video, then you will understand clearly. Syntax errors. While writing sentences, the common mistakes we do. There are several different kinds of errors that can occur in a program which fall into the categories of syntax errors, runtime errors, and logical errors. We don't need runtime errors and logical errors. These are related to computer and operating system. Just we want syntax errors. What are the syntax errors? Where we are committing mistakes. Syntax errors or mistakes in using the language. Examples of syntax errors are missing a comma or a quotation mark or a misspelling a word. So common mistake. Sometimes we miss comma. After that, sometimes we miss quotations mark. Sometimes we misspell the word. So here another one thing, diction and syntax. Let us see what is diction, what is syntax. Diction is word choice of a word. Which word should be used for this sentence? That is diction. Whereas syntax, order of words in a sentence. So we are having differences. One is in diction. It deals with word choice, whereas syntax deals with order of words in sentence. Next, stylistic manipulation of words. You can see stylistic manipulation of words in diction, whereas in syntax, stylistic manipulation of grammar. It deals with words and it deals with grammar. Then one is connotation and denotation. You can see in diction, whereas in syntax you can see polysyndeton. In diction, we are having figurative in language, metaphor, imagery, hyperbole, alliteration. So many things are there. Here we are having a syndeton, anaphora, epistrophe. Here oxymoron. So these are all the major difference between diction and syntax. Now I hope you people are clear. So these are all the this one I have brought you. Tom pushed the car. Tom pushed the car. Here this one is Tom is noun phrase and verb phrase. We are having pushed. The is determiner and car is again noun. So these are all the basic introduction, basic knowledge about syntax which I have given here. Hope you got the point. I hope you understood very well. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, means you can share your doubts in comment section. Thank you for sparing your time here. Thank you very much.